Open your eyes.
WrestleCast podcast starts now.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite host, Cowboy Bob, coming at you live from the WrestleCast podcast headquarters. Listen, folks, it's great to be back. Thank God I'm back. I was sick. I appreciate the prayers. Hey, Jesus works, I'm telling you. So this show is going to be off the chain. We're going to be discussing this show that I'm actually going to go to, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's going to be in Ridge Springs, South Carolina. Valentine's Day Vengeance, I believe that is. We got Chris Blease, which is the promoter, going to be talking to us about the show, talking to us, letting us know who's going to be there, what's going to be going on. We're going to get some dirt, folks. You know we always get the dirt. So stay tuned, sit back, and let's bring him on in here, and let's get this show started. So, Chris, thank you for joining us. I know you're a busy guy. Man, I really appreciate you taking the time to stop by and be on WrestleCast podcast. And we're going to be able to discuss this awesome show that you got going on in Ridge Springs, South Carolina. I'm really stoked. I'm excited. I know there's a lot of fans out there that's excited. If you want to, give us a little opener on, the show itself. Just give us a little small taste, and we'll go into more about it here in a few minutes. Don't give everything away. We don't want to give it all away at once.
Thank you for having me on.
Very welcome.
Appreciate the opportunity. It's the first time I've ever done a podcast. So, but yeah, Valentine's Vengeance is set to kick off this Saturday, February 8th, in Ridge Springs, South Carolina. And we have a jam-packed show ready to go for all the fans. So if anybody in Ridge Springs, Saluda County, Batesburg, Lexington County, Aiken County, if y'all in the earshot of my voice, y'all need to get off your bus and on your feet, because Saturday's going to be the place to be at Ridge Springs.
And I'm telling you, folks, you can even get down. You know, it doesn't matter if you're up here. Look, this talent, they travel all over the place, and they travel sometimes 5 hours, 6 hours, and beyond to go to a show and put on a heck of a show for you guys. So, wherever you may be, it may be 30 minutes away, it might be an hour away, it might be an hour and a half, but I promise you, it's well worth showing up. At Ridge Springs, South Carolina. We'll go over one thing real quick while we got it going on. I just want to throw this up here because this is going to give the fans a little taste of the address and all the information. That address is going to be 900 West Main Street, Ridge Springs, South Carolina. Again, meet and greets opening at 5. Doors is open at 6 p.m. Bell time's at 7. You got $20 front row seats, and they're well worth it. $10 general admission. Kids 5 and under sit free. And like always, card is subject to change. But we have got some amazing talent that is going to be at this show. I'm telling you, these two guys have really packed it in, and there's some awesome talent. I mean, you can see even right here, you got Suicide over here far to the right. Some other gentlemen. I don't really talk about this guy far to the left there, that roughneck guy. We'll talk about that in a little while. But anyways, at the end of the day, man, excited. I can't believe it. It's finally here this Saturday. Oh man, I can't wait. I've been waiting on this show to come on. I've been waiting for this to happen. Fans, if you got questions for Chris, feel free to ask any questions. We don't discriminate. He's a promoter, might not, and he's not only just a promoter. Let's say that. First of all, let's go into that for a minute, Chris. Let me hit you with this. Tell these guys, you know, you've actually wrestled before. You've got history under your belt. So let's talk to us about Chris and explain to the fans, you know, your wrestling background and things of that nature in the business.
Well, it all started back before I was born. My dad had actually went to NWA up in Greensboro to try out for them, and he went in there with the chip on his shoulder, wearing a hood. That's a mask. That's what we call a hood in the business.
Gotcha.
And he went up there wearing a hood, and Gene Anderson, Ole Anderson, and George Scott and Ric Flair were all there. And they asked him to take his hood off, and he refused them 3 times. So they took him out back and beat the shit out of him, and he spent 2 weeks in the hospital because of it. You know, they protected the business really, really tight back then.
Right.
And one of the main things is, and a lot of guys don't get this, is when guys do that to you, when they ask you to do something, they want them to see if you can listen. Because if you can't listen, then you can't be trained. If you're not going to listen, you're going to hurt somebody. So, you know, it's a whole lot of stuff involved in it. It's more than just watching it on TV and thinking you can get in the damn ring and do a move that you ain't never practiced before. You know, they don't understand that these guys that's been there and done this, practice this shit. My uncle told me when I started training, if you want to be good, you want to be great, you got to be in it 8 days a week. 8 days a week. There ain't no ifs, ands, or bones about it. If you want to be good, you got to put the work in. And if you ain't willing to put the work in, stay the hell out of it. Just because you're going to not only make yourself look stupid, but you're going to wind up hurting somebody. And there's guys out here, I ain't calling no names, but there's guys out here that have never been trained that are running shows and wrestling. And just because they see something on TV, they think they can pull it off in the ring. I seen this one cat give somebody a chair shot one time and damn near busted the boy's eardrum because he didn't damn land the chair shot right.
I got you.
There's a science to it. You can't just get in there and do it like you think you know what you're doing. You really have to practice this stuff to be safe with it. And if you can't trust the guy you're working with, then hell, you don't need to be in there.
There you go. I want to say this real quick. David dropped by, says, "Hey, Bobby, you know, David is an amazing talent himself and promoter himself. Great guy, man, great family guy. He does amazing things for the kids. He does something. I got finished watching him do something awesome for his own son.
Is that Rebel?
No. He's out of. If I'm not mistaken, David, aren't you out of New Jersey? I'm not 100%. Don't quote me on that, but it's a possibility. I believe it's somewhere up there. But man, he's also an amazing talent. Great in the ring. And like I said, family man. And so, yeah, definitely hey to you, Dave. Really appreciate you stopping by WrestleCast podcast for sure.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. And moving along, you know, it's good that you mentioned that because I speak highly on people jumping guardrails. I speak highly. There's a lot of people who, you know, they get so wrapped up in it, and that's great. I want you to get out there and have a great time, enjoy it. Put your life that's driving you crazy or whatever it may be that's you know, got you all jacked up in the head. You can release all that, sit right back, and get your mind off all that stuff at one of these shows. But jumping the guardrails, jumping in the ring, attacking talent. Or portraying you know how to do something when you don't, is just going to wind you up in the hospital, sued, and
you know,
there's a lot of things.
There's an old saying in the business: once you come across that guardrail or that chain or that barrier, you're responsible for your own ass at that point.
Well, that's a fact. That is a fact.
Wrestler can damn near kill you and get away with it because there ain't really nothing they can do about it.
Well, at that point,
they're supposed to stay behind that barrier.
Correct. At that point, it's self-defense. You know, you know, it's like a good example. I don't talk a lot about WWE on here because this is about the indie promotions. But there was a YouTuber who went out in the Royal Rumble and wound up somehow or another. I played it back several times trying to figure it out, but got the skin tore off his leg. And when and it's cool, okay, whatever. He went in the show, they let him shine. But those guys that are in that ring who bust their rear ends day in and day out and work hard to be where they're at, they don't take it lightly,
No.
And so you're going to get that swift justice sometimes, and there's a repercussion.
Let me tell you a quick story.
Go right ahead.
My uncle was working the show back years and years and years ago. He's passed now, but he was working the show, and this old drunk guy, the town drunk, everybody knowed him.
Right.
He come out of the audience.
Okay.
And jumped up on the ring apron. And when he did, my uncle and the guy he was working just stopped, looked at each other, and then they both hit him with a double drop kick and sent him flying about 5 rows back in the audience.
Wow.
That's the kind of shit that don't need to happen.
Yeah, exactly right there. You're exactly right.
That could happen, but it shouldn't happen.
Yeah, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. I have another guest. Vicky is watching the show. Want to send your thoughts and prayers to Vicky. Vicky's been really sick. I know she's been posting that online. She's not.
Well, honey, we hope you get the feeling better.
Yeah, we definitely hope you're feeling better. We appreciate you stopping by WrestleCast podcast for sure.
We'll be praying for you.
There you go. I want to get into the show here a little bit,
sure.
That's where the magic's going to happen, and that magic's going to happen this Saturday. I can't talk about it enough. I know I've got to go, and I've got to see Roughneck, of all people. I mean, there's going to be so many great talents there, and big names are showing up at this show.
Well, you're talking about Roughneck. I got a surprise for him. He's about to become a part of history. We're introducing a match that's never been done before.
Okay.
It's a brand new match. It's one of my own design, but it's never been done before. It's kind of like a tornado style tag, but with a twist. I don't want to give all the details away and spoil it, but I can tell you one thing. I'm calling it the Cat 6 because it's like a Category 6 hurricane going to leave destruction and chaos. That's what I expect to see in the ring this Saturday.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
So see there, fans, you don't want to miss it. It's like I say, if you got plans, you're going to want to break them because Valentine's Day Vengeance is the place to be. Rich Springs, North Carolina. South Carolina, excuse me. And we would definitely show that address once again. Sorry about that, Chris. I'm up here in North Carolina. I get a little tongue-tied sometimes. I get excited.
That's all right. I got you.
Great. Just can't wait to get down there and be a part of an amazing show. Yeah, not happy about seeing Roughneck, but it is what it is. Me and that guy go way back. I
heard y'all got a little history.
Well, he's done some things to me in the past, and I'm not one to take things lightly. It's like I told him one time, I'm stubborn as a mule. I know that I refer to him as a jackass and all, and hey, if the shoe fits, wear it.
Just call him a Democrat and be done with it.
I mean, we can do that too. You know what I mean? Exactly. But let's move it on. I want to throw this one out there real quick. How about this? Well, no, I don't want to go there just yet. But let's do this. Let's pop this flyer up and let's show some fans some more faces that's going to be in this show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Could you name some of these guys for us, Chris?
Well, let's see. We got TNA superstar Caleb Conley, TNA superstar Suicide. We've got Ring of Honor superstar Beer City Bruiser. We've got the old legend Chief J Eagle. And of course, we got the other guys. We got ICT. We got Rex Rumble. We got Jay Stunner. We got James Self Standard. Bobby Diamond is making his TWA debut. in the Cat 6 match, mind you. So it's going to be interesting. We've had a couple of guys fall off this card that's getting replaced, but we got Dante Khalifa back there, our champion. He's going to be facing Suicide.
That's going to be an exciting match. Let's take that down for a minute. That's going to be an exciting match right there, folks, in itself. Don,
you should have seen the first time they went head to head.
Well, you know what? I got to say this because it's just in my nature to do this. And I'm sure he will respect this. But when you say his name, you know, as anybody else knows, you got to put some stink on it. We're talking about the Dante Khalifa will be going down and facing Suicide one-on-one at Ridge Springs, South Carolina. It's going to be off the chain. Y'all guys are not going to want to miss that. Not only that, we've also
this is a rematch for the World Heavyweight title.
There you go. There you go.
So,
it's a heavyweight title match, folks.
Yeah.
Heavyweight title match. Let's also talk about this right here. Bam. We've got Lodi facing Caleb Conley. We're talking WCW, guys. WCW is versus TNA right here at LWA and TWA. That's correct. At Valentine's Day Vengeance. Like I said again, hey, that's this Saturday. Battle of the Brands. WCW versus TNA. You don't want to miss that.
Who you got picked for that one, Bobby Lee?
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to go with Lodi. I'm going with the Lodi Master. You know, hey, Lodi.
Well,
I mean, that's me. You know what I mean? That's just.
I love both of these guys. They're phenomenal talents.
Yeah,
both are legends in their own right.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just gonna say this: I don't know who's gonna come out on top, but TNA is still in business and WCW ain't. And I'm gonna leave it at that. So, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Like I said, folks, we get the dirt right here. We get the dirt at WrestleCast Podcast.
You know, I love both of them. I really do. They both great guys, and they do a great, phenomenal job for us. And I enjoy having them on the show. Right. They put butts in seats.
I mean, they're awesome. They're awesome, right?
Yeah.
I will say
that'll be a good match.
Yeah, it should be an awesome match. Let's say this: Lodi's not the reason that WCW is not around anymore.
No.
That would be Ted Turner giving in to Vince McMahon and saying, "Hey, look, you know what? You're right. You are the king of freaking wrestling." At the end of the day, he sold it.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, Bobby.
Well, man, that's what we're here for. You know, we
have. And the reason I say that is there's two guys that run WCW in the ground.
Okay.
And that's Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff. Neither one of them know anything about wrestling. They're not wrestling guys.
Russo. I like me some Eric Bischoff, but I don't got no use for Vince Russo.
Russo ain't worth the pot to piss in, and neither is Eric Bischoff. He's too damn stupid to be. He shouldn't even have been there.
Well, here's the thing. Vince Russo came in and wanted to act like he knew everything. That's the issue with him. He always wanted to act like he knew it all. And, hey, his word, you should go by what he has to say because he knows the business better than anybody. And that's just not going to fly. This is a team effort when it comes to wrestling.
And that's why they went belly up.
You know, this is a team business. And if you ain't willing to be a team player, then you're not going to make it. And that's just facts, right?
Eric Bischoff to me killed it. Him and Russo single-handedly killed WCW. You can't have a talent roster that come over from Jim Crockett Promotions, the NWA. All of that talent went to WCW. When WCW first came on the scene and Ted Turner bought NWA, all of that talent, Dusty Rhodes, Arn Anderson, Tully, Barry, Flair, the whole works, Nikita Koloff, Ivan Koloff, he had them all.
Yeah.
You cannot have a talent, and I don't care what nobody says, there will never be another talent roster like Crockett had. the closest thing to it would be Vince McMahon Attitude Era, and that will never happen again.
No, you'll never see that happen again.
No, you won't.
You're exactly right. It won't take place. What you see is what you get, and now we've evolved with, we have an AEW out here, and honestly, I don't want to get too deep into that, because the idea of this podcast today is all about Valentine's Day vengeance. But I don't ever see AEW, and I'm sorry to Tony Khan, but I don't see him ever hitting that limit of WWE.
Well, right now, AEW is probably just a smidge bigger than TNA, but TNA's been around longer. And I think did Samoa Joe go over to AEW? If Samoa Joe's at AEW, that's the one
point. At some point, he did go over to AEW.
Well, that's the one thing he's got working for him.
Well, I'm not sure if he's there now, but I definitely know that he did go over there.
Samoa Joe is a bad dude.
Hey, look here, Max Cortez in the house. Yo, Pimpin', what's going on?
Max, look forward to meeting you Saturday, brother.
Max is a great guy, man. Awesome guy. Another family guy, man. His child cheers him on. Love the kid. Love his family. They're great people. He's an amazing talent in the ring. And I can't wait to see him down there in Ridge Springs. That's going to be awesome. I'm excited about that. I'm excited.
Yeah, he's one of the fill-ins taking over somebody else's spot.
Hey, man, and you know what? You couldn't have picked a better guy. I'm telling you. He, like he says right here, he can't wait. He's looking forward to it himself, man. He can't wait. Same way, same here. I can't wait either, Max. I'm so looking forward to it. I mean, this show is going to be amazing. It's going to be off the chain. And if people ain't there, man, like I said again,
it's their own damn fault if they don't show up.
I said it once. I said it a million times. If you got plans, you're going to want to break them, because that's where you're going to want to be. Ridge Springs, South Carolina, Valentine's Day vengeance.
That's right.
But there's, like I said earlier, it's an exciting card. Great matches, so much going on.
We're crowning,
folks.
We're crowning. Go ahead. We're crowning new TWA Tag Team Champions Saturday night. We got the U.S. title on the line. We got the World Television title on the line. And the World Heavyweight title on the line. So there's a lot of moving and shaking parts going on this weekend. So I'm telling you.
Guys are going to be working really hard this Saturday. Championship on the line.
That's right.
Here we go. Got Kevin says Samoa Joe is in AWA, just returned from an injury. Gotcha. Thanks for clearing that up. Appreciate you stopping by, Kevin. I thought he had went there. I didn't know if he'd stayed there, but there's the reason right there. He's returned from an injury. Samoa he's another good talent. Good talent.
He's a phenomenal talent.
Man, he's hanging in there for such a long time, rocking and rolling, and you couldn't be more happy.
I'm gonna tell you, man, I would love to bring him in for a show.
Well, you never know what's going to happen.
Sooner or later. But real quick, Bobby, let me just say this, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I got back in this business, I've been away from it for 20 plus years. When I got back into this on the promoter side, I'm still learning a whole lot. And one of my partners has been doing this for over 20 years. So I'm learning a lot from him. Mad love, mad respect for him. He's one of my best friends in the world. I wouldn't take nothing but his advice. Great people. But when I got into this, and me and another partner of mine started this deal,
right?
I had a vision. I have a vision for this company. And I want to take the indie talent eventually and put them in the ring working names so that they get that experience and they can get coached up on things they need to work on. So I've had Sean Hernandez, Super Mix, down there. Awesome guy. Cool as a cucumber. I love him to death. Great people. And he worked with Dante.
Okay.
Him and Beer City Bruiser they both work with him. And at the time, Dante had only been doing this about probably a little over a year and a half, maybe. And they both sang high praises of him. So that right there goes a long way when you can get that kind of accommodation from two guys who's been there. You know, that's what I want to do is I want to get these guys that experience working a name, because a lot of promotions just they worry about booking matches and having matches and this and that and the other. Well, that's all well and good, but nobody gets into the indie scene without aspirations of making it to the big show. Nobody. If they tell you they ain't, they telling you a damn lie. Everybody who places up a pair of boots on this circuit right here has got dreams and aspirations of making it to a WWE or AEW or TNA or NXT, somewhere along those lines. Every one of them. I don't care if they're 20 years old, 16 years old, or 50 years old. Every one of them. That is the dream. Okay? A lot of these guys have been doing this a year and don't really understand how the business is.
Okay.
Like, they don't have any idea what Mick Foley went through when he was coming up, traveling, riding with somebody, sleeping in a car, didn't even carry his damn laundry in a bag. He carried it in his arms, sleeping on the benches at airports and shit.
I got you.
You know,
Well,
I mean,
Mike says he's hoping. He says, "Excuse me, I'm really hoping to be a mainstay there." So, I mean, that right there says a lot for him.
we would love to have you. My partner speaks highly of you. He actually missed you. He said he hadn't talked to you in a long time, so he was excited to hear you was coming back, making a comeback. So, what better place to do it than right down home, right here?
There we go. That's right. The brethren is going to be going down to Ridge Springs, so can't wait for that. You know, man, what else can we say about it? You know, exciting talent, a major show. It's not expensive to get in, folks. They got concessions. That's what I'm talking about. Got concessions, got merch tables. These guys are going to have merch tables. I've got merch. Come on now. Cowboy Bob, get your merch right there at the merch table. Going to have one down there at the Ridge Springs. Got some inflatable microphones for the children. Autograph signed by Cowboy Bob. You don't want to miss it. I'm telling you. Man, I tell you, I hate today as not as I hate tomorrow is not the day.
Yeah, tell me about it.
That's what I hate. Tomorrow is not the day. But
that's right.
Man, you know, really excited about this. Looking forward to it. Really appreciate you having me down there. You know, that's another thing. Thank you so much for allowing you know, me, Cowboy Bob, being a part of Valentine's Day Vengeance and at Ridge Springs, South Carolina. We will pop that address back up there for the folks. Again, we're trying to keep this heavy for and so it's stuck and beat into y'all guys' heads. We want you down there, you know. Best way to do it is like this. It makes it really large. 900 West Main Street, Ridge Springs, South Carolina. I'm going to do this throughout the show. Doors are open at 6, bell times at 7, $20 front row seats, $10 general admission, kids 5 and under sit free, card subject change. Folks, if you want to get your tickets pre-ordered, you can hit up Mr. Chris Blease privately on a DM. I'm sure he can work it out with you and make it happen. And then it's signed, sealed, it's delivered. You're done. You ain't even got to worry about it. You show up, you're taken care of.
If you're in the vicinity of Ridge Springs, South Carolina, you can get tickets anytime between now and Saturday at Cones Meats. He's our official ticket outlet. Every time we run down there, he sells tickets for us down there.
There you go.
And so, you know, and then of course we'll have tickets at the door. So it's $20 for ringside, $10 general admission. Kids 5 and under get in free.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what, you can't miss. You don't want to miss. If you can get ringside, folks, you're gonna want to try your best to get ringside, especially before they sell out. These tickets are gonna go hot, okay? Because this is a big show. It's huge. We got plenty of stars showing up. It's gonna be action packed. You know, y'all thought the Rumble was intense. These indie guys are no joke. They are there to prove themselves and they put extra into it. And sometimes you may see somebody wind up a little bruised up.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I got a guy that wrestles for me, and he might get mad at me for saying this, but I just want to put this out there because it showcases his work ethic. He suffers from autism.
Okay.
And I had him work Caleb Conley, our first show down there. You can go on his YouTube page, look at that match and watch it. This kid trains all the time. He listens, and he's got a hell of a work ethic. And you know, he puts the time in, and he works his ass off. And this is the kind of shit that I want to be able to reward, because this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of shit it takes to do this job. You know, and that's what it is. It's a job. But you got guys out here on the indie circuit that want to give you a ridiculous price and nobody in the area knows them or nothing like that, and they're not going to bring that money with them. You know, I had a guy cancel on me because he wanted me to pay him in advance. So that's not how we do business. I'm not going to pay somebody in advance and then them no-show me and me out that money, because I'm the guy that will come after you for my 20, 30, 40, or 50 bucks.
Well, when you go to work, you know, and you get a job, brand new job, what happens? They hold it back a week on you, right? They don't just say, hey, look, man, we're going to hook you up here. Here's your $500. We'll see you, you know. Hope you stay.
Well, I ain't gonna hold a week on them. I'm gonna pay them at the end of the show, but I'm just not gonna pay somebody in advance. I think that's a bad idea for business.
I got you, because some people could stand you up, you know, and at the end of the day, this is a business. And you've got to make money to keep the business
right. You know, my first show, I traveled 4.5 hours for a free breakfast at Waffle House.
I got you.
That's what I got paid, was a free breakfast at Waffle House after the show.
That's better than a hot dog and a handshake, brother.
Well,
I mean,
could have been worse.
There's some out there that do it for free. There's some.
It could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
But me and the guy that I wrestled is actually the guy that owns Cone's Meats down there in Red Spring, and it was our very first show.
Okay.
And we went over our match, and we worked for 8 hours one night on the first spot.
I got you.
Just on the first spot. That wasn't nothing else. 8 hours. That's putting time in.
Yeah.
You know, if you got guys that ain't willing to put the time in, then they just gonna do what they do. But in order to get where you want to be, you got to be willing to put that kind of time in.
Yeah, you got to do the grind. You know, you got to do the grind.
Yeah, you got to take the sacrifice that comes with it.
Yeah,
this business is about nothing but sacrifice.
Look here, Max Cortez says, I guarantee you are going to love the Brethren. I said, I just mentioned the Brethren's coming. I'm telling you, you're going to love this. It's entertaining, but it's very serious too. The Brethren don't play around now.
Well, that's good. That's good, because I might have an idea for him, see if he's interested.
There you go. What you say, preacher? That's right. That's right. I'm telling you right now, the Brethren don't play around. And let me put it to you like this: you could be his partner. If the partner does not come through and do what he's supposed to do, guess who's suffering the consequences? He is. The Brethren's going to get him. Because
Roughneck better watch out.
Hey, man, you know, that's just the way it rocks and rolls.
Roughneck might take 2 ass whooping Saturday night.
Exactly. There won't be no love lost right there.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be an amazing show. I tell you what. Talk about a little bit about LWA. You said you got as a partner with this. So
that's my partner. He carries a promoter's license for us. Just because he has that experience, and I don't really want to aggravate with background checks and all that crap.
Mm.
It's just I let him handle it. He's got more experience with that stuff and everything else. I go out and get sponsors, help book guys, and help set matches. Of course, he has the final say in everything because he is pretty much 51%. He carries a promoter's license, so he has the final say on who we book and everything else.
Gotcha.
But for the most part, the first time I met this guy, he set a ring up at my house in my front yard for another fellow.
Okay.
And the first time I met him, he didn't say 2 words to me. He didn't say, "Hey, how you doing? Kiss my ass, go to hell, fuck you," nothing.
And he's in your yard.
And he was in my yard, yeah. And
This type of person he is.
yeah, well, he's got what some folks call a bullshit meter.
Right. Well, I mean, there's a lot of
and he likes to let folks talk until he finds out whether or not they full of shit or whatever. Basically, what he's doing is trying to see what kind of character you got. And if you're a man of good character, they'll be your best friend. He's good people.
He can smell it a mile away.
If not, he might book you in a match against him. And that ain't a good place to be.
That's not a good thing. Hey, look here. Max says, me and Roughneck and Miss Felony are going to steal the show. He's putting it out there. He's putting it out there right there. That's exactly what I'm saying. Right there. Confidence. Matt Cortez is all about confidence.
I like that.
He don't doubt himself. He knows what he brings to the show. Miss Felony's got his back. I don't know about Roughneck. I can't say too much about Roughneck. We'll see when we get downtown in Rich Springs, South Carolina.
If you want to see what's going to happen in the Cat 6, you need to be there. That's all I'm going to tell you.
There you go, folks. You got to show up. Don't miss the show. Don't do that to yourselves. It's like once again, if you got plans, what's Cowboy always say? If you got plans, you're going to want to break them because Valentine's Day Vengeance is the place to be. 900 West Main Street, Ridge Springs, South Carolina. Folks, don't miss it. $20 front row, $10 general admission, concessions, merch tables. We got legends that's going to be there. We got amazing talent that's going to be showing up.
Every time we go to Ridge Springs, we got legends.
There you go.
Every time.
We're talking about we're talking about the freaking Lodi monster is going against Caleb Conley.
Yep.
That's going to be a match right there in itself. That right there, that's your $20. I'll tell you right now. So
Lodi, did you see Lodi's promo?
I have seen it. Yes.
Lodi said the price of that match should be double worth what they paying.
I heard him say it. Hey, look, but let's not rule out now. Let's not forget what I did just tell you about Max Cortez, the brother. Hey, that's going to be another match. So, see what I'm telling you, folks. Don't miss it. Take the drive. Show up. Be there. I'm going to be there. You should be there. Bring your kids.
Max, is Max still on here?
I'm sure, yes, Max is still on here. You got a question for Max?
Max, let me just go on and tell you, brother. You are going to be a part of history because we are doing a match that's never been done before. It's never been done this way before. It's totally new. It's going to be a lot of moving parts. So be ready. I will go over everything Saturday. I'll let you know what's going on with it. But, we're making history Saturday. So if you want to be a part of history, get off your ass and on your feet. Rich Spring going to be the place to be. Ain't no doubt about it.
Hey, if we said it once, we said it a million times, folks. You don't want to miss the show. You don't. It's going to be awesome. I can't say enough about it. Max says, I'm down right here. Look here. In words right there of the brother, and I'm down. So it's happening. It's happening. He's showing up. He's not just going to show up, folks. He's going to show out. You're going to see what it's all about. Just show up and see what Valentine's Day Vengeance is bringing to the table for you Saturday, February the 8th. You don't.
Well, let me throw this out there too, Bobby, while I'm at it. While we're at it.
Yeah.
February 22nd, we're going to be in Chesney, South Carolina at the Old Shrine Club on Highway 11, Break and Run. We will be there February 22nd. And then the next show will be May 17th in Greenwood, South Carolina at the Farmers Market. So get ready because we're going to do it like it ain't never been done before, Daddy.
There you go. There you go. Max says, I'm easy like Sunday morning, bro. Whatever you need me to do. Hey, look, if y'all guys have got
this guy
questions,
already.
if y'all got questions for Chris, I'm going to open up the board for questions, give you guys a couple minutes to ask some questions, and then we're going to move on to the ending segment, which is based off of Roughneck's favorite saying, hey, I'm about to hurt someone's feelings. So Chris is going to have to hurt somebody's feelings because that's just the way we go around here. We're going to
I can think of several people.
Well, I'm telling you right now on WrestleCast podcast, it's plain to see right there in white and red that we get the dirt, and we're going to. So, folks, if you don't have any questions, we're gonna daggum move along here. Don't forget also, Cowboy Bob's got the Cash App down there. If you want to donate to the channel, feel free. More than welcome. We appreciate all donations. It helps build the channel. It helps make the channel better. Helps also buy stuff for the channel. With that being said, one more time, we're going to go over everything. We don't want the fans to miss it. Right here, we're going to put it up like that, folks. LWA and TWA present Valentine's Day Vengeance live pro wrestling Saturday, February the 8th, 2025 at 900 West Main Street, Ridge Springs, South Carolina. Those doors open up at 6. Bell times at 7. Meet and greet starts at 5. $20 front row seats. $10 general admission. Kids 5 and under sit for free. Card is subject to always change. We got plenty of talent showing up at the show. And like I said, don't miss it, for God's sakes. Bring your grandma. Bring your family. Tell your neighbor, hey, I got something you're going to not want to miss.
Tell if they're in the nursing home, break them out and bring them on.
Hey, look
I'm going to
here.
tell you now.
Kevin's got.
If they're in the grave,
Kevin's
dig them up and bring them on.
Kevin says, does TWA need a commissioner?
Kevin who?
Kevin Cockrell.
He is the damn commissioner.
Now listen to that. He done got on to you now, Kevin. With that,
he is the damn commissioner. That's Commissioner Kennedy. That's KENNEDDY because he said so. And don't you forget it.
There we go. There we go, folks. Hey, look, at the end of the day, I want to thank each and every one of our fans for showing up here at WrestleCast Podcast. I definitely apologize for being sick last week. Couldn't make the show. We got exciting shows in the future. Remember, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. right here on Facebook. We will be doing Facebook Live in the next few weeks, doing some reconstruction on the YouTube channel. I will post those lives to the YouTube channel, but they will be posted live on Facebook for the next 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks while we do some construction. With that being said, Chris, whose feelings do you want to hurt?
Well, I'm going to put it out here like this. Like I said before, you got these guys that's been out here doing this on the indie circuit for 10 plus years or better. They should know how to act. When you're in front of 500 people, 50 people, 14 people, 25 people, or 5,000 people, if you're in a live spot with a big promotion on live television in front of millions of people, the only thing different is the crowd is bigger. Don't go on there and make yourself look stupid when you know better. If you give a guy a chop that outweighs you by 200 pounds and you don't sell the hand, you're an idiot. I hate it. Some folks can't handle the truth. But the fact of the matter is, you made yourself look stupid. I ain't got to call no name. You know who you are. And I don't know you. Personally, as a man, you might be an all right fella. I don't know you. And I'm not trying to dog you down. But you got enough experience to know better. And you went in there and made yourself look stupid in front of millions of people. You'll be lucky if they ever call you to come back. Real damn lucky. If you ever get the opportunity again, don't piss it away. Because these guys in this circuit right here worked their ass off for years for an opportunity just such as that. And you squandered it in 30 seconds. I'd be ashamed to show my face if that was me. Like I said, I don't know you. I wish you the best of luck in the future. And I ain't got to call no name. If he sees this podcast, he'll know who I'm talking about. But I can tell you right now, he won't never work for me, not doing stupid shit like that. If it's hurt your feelings, so be it. I could give two flying shits about your feelings. You're in a business that don't give a damn about your feelings. You're in a business where you had one job and you screwed it up. It's that simple. Ain't no bullshit about it. The truth hurts. Some people can't handle the truth, but that's okay. You live and you learn. Go back to working on your craft and get better. And the next time, if there is a next time you get that opportunity, don't piss it away. Think about what's going on. Think about what you're doing. And be sure you can sell yourself, because that is your job. To sell yourself in front of millions of people that are there to watch you wrestle, or they're there to watch somebody else wrestle that's working you. And your job is to make them look good. Do your damn job. Don't worry about the rest. The rest will come into play later. If you do a good job, you might actually get a little bump. They might call you back. They might want to bring you into their training facility and work with you. But when you go in there and do some stupid shit like what you did, cuz, I don't see that shit happening. Because irregardless of the fact, Jim Cornette put your ass on blast. And if Corny tells you you ain't worth the damn, you can just about hang it up as far as ever going to get another shot at the big show. That will probably be the last time you be on live television. The one person you needed to impress, you failed miserably. So, with that, I bid you adieu, wish you the best of luck, and I hope things get better for you.
You heard it right there, folks. WrestleCast podcast, like I said, where we get the dirt. I want to go ahead and say this too. Folks, listen, we want to thank Chris for being on the show. He's a hardworking man, promoter, husband. I mean, just out there grinding day in and day out. I want to thank you for taking your time and being on WrestleCast podcast. It's been
Anytime,
a great
bro.
show. Yeah, thank you. It's been a great show. I cannot wait to see you guys this weekend. You know, I want to tell the fans, look forward to next week, next Tuesday on the 11th, where we're able to have Caleb Crocker on the show. That wildcat guy, he is something else. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be action-packed. We got another surprise coming for you guys on the 18th. I don't want y'all to miss it. And I tell you, it's like I always say, if you got plans, you're going to want to break them, because WrestleCast podcast is the place to be. Chris, thank you again for showing up, and we will see you come this Saturday, February the 8th at Ridge Springs, South Carolina, Valentine's Day vengeance, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Won't waste another minute, no, I won't. I'm a man on a mission.